Roaming around the region of Kinki, I managed to chalk up a few ticks on my bucket list, including meeting a geisha in training and upping my ninja game. These are on top of exploring the artistic and architectural relics around the region, as well as finding peace in the mountains. From Osaka, I'm taking the train to the historical city of Hiroshima in the Shikoku region. Making up the western part of Honshu Island, Shikoku has some amazing hidden treasures. But before going off the beaten path in this region, a must-visit for me is the reborn city of Hiroshima. Initial thoughts of this city becoming uninhabitable were very much untrue. Nowadays, Hiroshima is the principal city of the Shikoku region and is home to over 1 million people. And one of those people should be around here now, waiting for me, and that's Mizuki-chan. Taking time off her busy schedule to show me around is Mizuki, a university student majoring in Japanese business studies.
Hi, Henry.
Mizuki-chan, how are you? I'm good.
Yeah, you good?
I'm here in Hiroshima.
Yeah, surprise.
No.
Yeah, so happy for that.
Very good. But look, this is what we've been greeted by. This is the atomic bomb dome. To know more about the redevelopment of Hiroshima, Mizuki introduces me to Suesada-san, who is well versed on the subject. How has that recognition been able to be used to redevelop the city in such a wonderful way?
広島が原爆を受けて人がたくさん亡くなった。建物も全部多くの建物が壊れてしまった。そういった中で都市、町を復興するということにはすごくエネルギーがいりました。でそこで考えられたのが広島に対して特別な法律を作って国が支援をするということが考えられた。その広島平和都市記念建設法という新しい特別法ができて広島の復興は成し遂げられました。
And the atomic bomb dome behind us, how was that conceptualized? I mean, it's a wonderful sort of a building there with how you can see that it's been damaged through the atomic bomb. But why did they keep it the way it is?
原爆ドームは69年前に起きた大変な悲劇、これの証人です。今にその姿を伝えています。それともう一つあるのが世界の平和を願う戦争はもうしないっていう人類の思いのシンボルでもあります。
Truly, being here in the Hiroshima Memorial Peace Park incites a feeling of great admiration within me towards the generations of people in this city. Moving on from the park, Mizuki and I travel west and get on a ferry at the Miyajimaguchi Pier to an island some 3 kilometers off the coast of Hatsukaichi City. There are many must-see little spots here in Hiroshima, but this island is definitely one of them. This is Itsukushima.
It's popularly known as Miyajima, which means Shrine Island.
Backed by the sacred Mount Misen and its primeval forest, the original Itsukushima shrine was built by Saeki Kuromoto circa 593 AD. The color itself, not orange, it's not red, it's actually officially vermilion. Now, Itsukushima Shrine itself is a UNESCO site. The entire shrine complex consists of 17 buildings, including a main hall, a prayer hall, and a no theater stage.
I think it's a special place, like here in Itsukushima. There are wedding ceremonies and also traditional dances performed by kannushi.
So the priests themselves?
Yeah.
So this is the Otori, is the gateway into the sacred area here where the shrine is held. Now at the moment, it's low tide. So that means all of that water's receded and we can actually walk right up to the shrine itself. So when the tide rises back up, it looks as if it's floating or coming out of the ocean, just magically. Let's see if we can get a closer look. Look at that. Looks even bigger when you're stood right under it. This is actually the 7th incarnation of this actual Otori, so the 8th gate as it is. So actually, the water rises to well above my head, which is about 6 foot. Why did they put the coins here?
Everyone throw it, that's why.
Ah, so for good luck.
The money,
and
yeah,
for...
coins.
It is the Itsukushima Shrine that enchants me with its contrast of vermilion structures floating on blue waters. To my delight, Mizuki tells me that among Hiroshima's best exports are oysters. At Kanawara Factory, we get a look at how these morsels are shucked. When were these oysters picked? Super fresh, right?
Yeah.
Just outside in the bay?
Yeah.
And so how many oysters do they shuck every day?
One person, they can shuck 10 pieces of oyster in a minute.
Where do these oysters end up?
Everywhere in Japan, like Tokyo, Osaka, now we are trying to sell these oysters to overseas. Hopefully next year we can sell our oyster everywhere in Malaysia.
How can you tell a bad oyster from a good oyster?
If it's rotten, it smells, or if it's dead, they have muscle to close the shell. So if it's open, it's dead, so you cannot use it.
So you have to throw it away.
The workers here work together like a well-oiled machine. So guess who decides to join the production line?
It's actually a lot more difficult than it looks. These guys make it so easy. You gotta kind of chip away at the bone here, get a little hole, and dig your shuck right to the end, lift up. Oh, this one's not got much, but I keep splitting into two, which is really bad.
Okay, enough shucking around. Time for us to enjoy the fruits of our labor at the Okinawa Floating Oyster Restaurant.
Look at this spread. Now we went from shucking oysters to having a full layout at the restaurant Okinawa. What type of order is this?
Kuikiri course.
So there's so many little different dishes made out of oysters. Look at that, beautifully shucked. A little squeeze of lemon. Kanpai?
Kanpai.
Kanpai. I think I'm gonna try a little bit of tempura, a little dab of salt. Cooked to perfection. Nice and fluffy tempura, but inside the oyster is still very soft, very juicy.
Right.
So this is oysters cooked in miso. Wow! That's not what you expect. It's slightly sweet, very thick, but has that seafood element to it. And there's lots of tofu, some oysters in there. Very yummy. And imagine that having the fruit of the sea on pretty much the ocean itself. So this is actually a floating restaurant on a river which kind of opens up to the sea there.
Apart from the delectable oysters that we had yesterday, Mizuki suggests another Hiroshima specialty for lunch.
Welcome to Golding's Gastronomical Delights with me, Henry Golding, and my beautiful sous chef, Mizuki!
Hi!
Oh yes, today we're going to be whipping up something very special indeed, in true Hiroshima style.
It's called okonomiyaki. It's a dish like Hiroshima people eat our okonomiyaki like me once a week.
Once a week?
Yes.
Oh, it's a good thing we got lots of ingredients and a very hot plate right here. Clockwise. Alright, cabbage. So the cabbage is on top. We're gonna pat that down a little bit, make it nice and neat. Right, we gotta put some sprinkly bits. Put a lot of those in the middle. Okay, now we got some green onions, bean sprouts, some seasoning. So what we're gonna do now is cook the noodles. Warming up the noodles, bit of sauce. Up.
Once the noodles are fried to perfection, the pancake is positioned on top of the noodle pile. Next, an egg is fried on the side before the noodles and pancake are placed on top of it. Finally, the layers are flipped, plated, and drizzled with a special sauce.
Should we try it?
I want to try that.
Okay, we should serve it first to our guests.
Okay.
Ah, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
A handsome chef. So what makes it so special? What is it so different from like Kansai? Or
Right. Here we added the noodles,
Ooh,
so make it taste better.
tastes better.
Yeah.
Wow.
And oishi.
Oishi. Really good.
Oishi.
Cabbage is steamed to perfection. Omelette leaves a nice little texture on top. But the inside, where you set those noodles layer, kind of got this nice crispy noodle sort of flavor to it, and some really special sauce on there. It's really nice.
As Mizuki has to go for a class in uni, I'll head off on my own to a class on giant calligraphy known as Shodo.
So accurate with their movement. They've practiced this so many times before. Look at that. All of that within like 3 minutes. These girls are to the T, practice non-stop. Now they've got to teach me.
3、2、ピ。
No matter how hard I try, I just can't seem to get it just like hers. She sort of has this effortless sweep which makes it look nice. And mine kind of just looks like black line. So I think it's your passion.
With a canvas as big as 4 by 6 meters, there is a lot of room for mistakes. But thanks to Ari-chan's guidance, I feel like I'm getting better at this. Okay, time to put it to the test. It's the grand performance of Shodo by the talented girls of Yazoo High School, featuring this little busybody.
This is the result of a whole afternoon with these girls, touching merely on the skill that they have, but very grateful for them teaching me. So, arigatou gozaimasu.
The girls continue with their practice, and suffice it to say, I have nothing but respect for their diligence and commitment to this unique form of performance art.
You know that feeling you get when you've been traveling in a foreign country for so long, your mind starts playing tricks on you. You feel as though that someone's watching you, waiting. This is Mizuki Shigara Road. It's very famous and very popular, as you can see, with loads of tourists coming here because it's named after one of the most popular manga authors in the whole of Japan, and he created a series called Gegege no Kitaro, which is all about this young man named Kitaro and all his yokai friends, which are ghosts, goblins, and ghoulies.
The supernatural beings, or yokai, are a common belief among the Japanese, from which Mizuki-san drew inspiration for his works.
Shoji-san, how are you?
Konnichiwa.
Thank you for having me. That's right.
Hi.
This museum gives a detailed insight on the wildly celebrated animator Mizuki Shigeru's life, both professionally and personally.
Shoji-san, would you mind telling me and explaining the significance of Mizuki Shigeru's work, including Gegege no Kitaro, to the Japanese culture?
水木しげるの作品、鬼太郎も含めてですけど、もう60年間漫画を描いてるんですね。だから日本人の多くの人が鬼太郎をはじめとした水木作品を知っていると。で、ちっちゃいお子さんからお父さんお母さん、おじいちゃんおばあちゃん、3世代の方が水木しげる、鬼太郎を知っていると。こういう漫画は日本では大変数が少ない、大変貴重な作家だと思ってます。
Oh, kawaii!
怖い、妖怪怖い。
Very scary. Kawaii means scary. But you can't mistake that for kawaii because actually they're very cute. So it could be kawaii, kawaii. So why did Mizuki-san decide to draw so many yokai as his characters?
水木しげるはその小さい頃、のんのんばあに聞かされた妖怪というのに大変興味を持って、ずっとそれを漫画で描いてきました。
So many characters. What's this one's name?
貧乏神。
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 And the one with a long beak?
カラス。
カラス, like a bird.
Bird.
Oh, you must know all of the yokai names.
妖怪ネーム知ってるけど怖い。
Just walking around the town, exploring the streets, it's very obvious that Mizuki-san has inspired so much in this town. It's so much so that they renamed the road Mizuki Shigeru Road.
これは地元が生んだ 偉大な漫画家水木しげるの作品をロードに至る所に配置して多くの皆さんに喜んでもらおうと、それでその漫画家の名前水木しげるロードといたしました。
Considered to be the heart of Sakai Minato City, Mizuki Shigeru Road is a testament of the locals' love for the legendary manga artist.
Have a look at that. Is that not strange to you? Now, these are Tottori sand dunes. They're the largest sand dunes in the whole of Japan. They cover about 30 square kilometers and above. Now, they're created by the sediment coming down the Chugoku mountain. They're carried down by the Sendai River. They end up in the Sea of Japan. Now, through the current and the wind, it's just created this huge dune. Now, they're not just pretty to look at, they actually hold some fun to them on the other side. So I've got a trek all the way over there. Come join.
Shoulder, shoulder, shoulder.
From soaring in the skies, I joined some kids by the other side of the dunes who look pretty skilled at the sandboarding business.
And then there's a 27-year-old who has never, ever done any sandboarding. I gotta go down this hill. That is awesome. Third run, managed to stand up all the way down. This is so much fun! Yeah!
Today, Mizuki and I embark on our journey via 2 ferries to get to the Oki Islands, which are a congregation of 184 islands located in the Sea of Japan. Collectively, they make up the Oki Islands Global Geopark across a total area of 673.5 square kilometers.
So beautiful, look at that.
Yeah, Nishinoshima is the one of 4 inhabited in Oki Island.
So Nishi, if I'm correct, means west. So is this West Island?
Yeah.
So I've been learning on the road actually. Suri from Hokkaido told me something.
Sari told me you love kayaking.
I do.
With a geohistory of hundreds of millions of years, Nishinoshima and its other Oki Island counterparts were once part of the Eurasian continent, which sank to the bottom of a deep sea.
So what's this area here?
Here is Kiniga Coast, National Park of Daisen and Oki.
Oh, this is perfect kayaking conditions. We're sort of framed by these big old cliffs.
Kayaking on the coast, I can see the unique landscape of Nishinoshima, created by the Dozen caldera and the Sea of Japan, including the Akao lookout point on the south side of Kuniga Bay.
There are some absolutely beautiful facets of this coastline. This arc, for instance, millions of years old, just worn away by the sea and given us a perfect playground for kayaking in Oki Geopark here. This place is a kayaker's dream. All of these formations, they're volcanic actually, all of this is volcanic rock. So it just creates some of the most wonderful places to explore and experience. You really just have to put the effort in and find a way of going around the coast.
Due to volcanic eruptions, the pieces of land at the sea base resurfaced, resulting in the Oki Islands that are also home to a diverse ecosystem and amazing geological formations.
Henry, look at that. This is Dobana, which means expat north.
Dobana.
Yeah, Dobana.
Like a trunk. It looks like he's drinking the seawater. So behind us lies Sutenkyo, which is a magma arc. Now Sutenkyo was created and formed by a flow of magma. You see all those different layers there. That's the magma cooling at different sort of temperatures and different times. But it was used to be a big cave, but those strong winds and of course the water from the north kind of eroded it. So now it's left with this beautiful little arch there.
Our guides tell me that the Sutenkyo Arch is also called Bridge to Heaven, a name that I feel does it justice. Topping it off, the magnificent geological formations and immaculate waters here are truly a sight to behold. Now, after all that vigorous kayaking, Mizuki and I feel ourselves deserving of a substantial dinner to replenish our used energy.
Arigatou gozaimasu. Is this what I think it is?
Yeah.
All right, and I think we actually saw some whilst we were kayaking. Now, Oki beef is super, super special. It's not as highly regarded as something like Kobe beef, but it is up there with some of the best beef in the world. Now, what makes it so special is that because the cows are allowed to roam around the islands, they start climbing up those hills, they work all of their muscles, so that marbling of the fat is what happens because of that. And so you can see, oh, in this short rib, it's all just beautifully layered there with fat. So they've sliced it so it's like super fine cuts, so that heat gets dispersed into the beef. So it cooks quite quickly actually. It doesn't caramelize as usual sort of meats, but it has this nice little glistening fattiness to it. Good? Sugoi!
Satiated from such a good meal, Mizuki and I are ready for the final stretch of our exploration in the Oki Islands.
So, what are our chances of seeing the water fireflies?
海肌は今日は 100%. Today, weather is fine.
100%? Yes! I'm very lucky.
Good.
So how do you attract the fireflies?
Dead fish. Dead fish. Yeah.
Do you feed them?
Yeah. ボトルに入れて、その中に死んだ魚を入れて置いておく。それでボトム、海の底にいるんで、それを引っ張り上げる。
There is a phenomenon that takes place off the shores of Okinoshima called the ocean aurora, which is said to provide a brilliant spectacle thanks to the so-called fireflies of the sea. When disturbed, or in this case attracted to the bait, the Noctili luca, which is also known as sea sparkles, become bioluminescent, emitting an ethereal glow seemingly coming from the depths of the sea.
What better way to end this episode than fishing middle of the night here in the Oki Islands?
Yeah.
Had a fantastic time. Would be great if I caught something, but you never know. Hopefully I'm lucky.
Indeed, Shikoku has gorgeous sceneries and wonderful cuisine, but in the words of a Japanese saying that goes, fall 7 times, stand up 8. My biggest takeaway from here is that no matter how hard a task at hand is, the willing spirit can always build a resilience to overcome challenges. Next week on Welcome to the Railworld Japan.
You're gonna travel in Japan, you might as well do it in style. An odori or a traditional dance. Make sure it's a really, truly authentic experience.